Okay. Ahorita. So we're gonna touch base on revenge, symbolisms, and empowerment. So, like I told you, I'm at the auto body shop in one of my gigs, but yeah. So we're gonna touch base on symbolisms, acts of revenge, and curses. So let's chime into what I was saying the other day about Mayas. Okay, so the Mayan calendar prophesized was 2012, right? But I think that they got it misconstrued to the point of where COVID happened. So I believe that COVID was the response to the bubonic plague, which came in and eradicated a lot of Native Americans, right? A lot of tribes, including Mayans, I believe, right? So things happen like this. So the prophecy said 2012. I believe COVID came out 2020, 2022, which was SARS-22, right? Follow me now. And well, these things happen, right? So I believe that COVID-19 was the response to the bubonic plague, and this is why. Because they characterized that there was something was gonna happen in 2012 according to the Mayan calendar, which was like 12 and after, right? A lot of people were in speculation over these things, right? So excuse me. So then SARS-22 happens, right? Which was COVID on some Resident Evil shit, right? A lot of people died. A lot of old people died. A lot of people with weak immune systems died, and the strong survived, right? And they gave out a lot of money for it. I think that was money laundering at its finest. You know, disable some Social Security, and that's what really happened, right? A lot of money laundering, a lot of Social Security people died, a lot of old people, and then they gave out the checks. Then inflation happened, right? Okay. Now back to the mines. Now, there's a lot of cults in the United States, you know, on a cult or whatever the fuck they call clubhouses. Shit, I don't really care about. It's none of my business, right? But here we go, right? We gotta talk about it because it's obviously they're not secret societies. People know about them. So they took a lot of Mayan symbolisms. Like when Gaddafi died. Remember Gaddafi when they put a sword up his ass or whatever? Rest in peace, I don't know. But I suppose he was on a podium. They put a sword up his ass and on TV while they executed him and whatnot. So when they offed him, right, all of a sudden he had his own gold doubloon or token, right, that he was circulating around his area, Middle East, right? So when he passed away, or when they executed him, right, they took all his gold and they opened up a Bitcoin. Well, people don't know that Bitcoin sign is actually similar to a Mayan sign of power, right? I'm going to try to edit this video. I'm going to put all the symbols where they belong in place. Also, the Illuminati, that triangle eyeball sign, that looks a lot like my Mayan puzzle piece sign with the eyeball in it. You know, they've been jacking signs forever, man. Kind of like how the Incas had the swastika, and then the Mongolians had it, and then the Germans had it, and now Americans have it, right? The swastika, right? The sign of sun, the sign of the sun, right? If I could find him, motherfucker, somewhere around here. He's somewhere around here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you know, kind of like Seattle Seahawks got the Eye of Horus. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things. There's a lot of symbolism out here, man. You just gotta be really, you know, keep an open ear, keep an open eye to it. Look, I got SF right there. But yeah, man, it is what it is, man. And with these signs, man, brings a lot of power to whoever holds these signs, right? Because they're ancient. So a lot of people don't know about this, but I caught wind, or I connect dots, or you call me conspiracy theorist. I don't give a fuck, but to me it makes sense in my head. So back to the signs, right? So like, I'm full-blooded Mayan. I'm Salvadoran. Like I said, Chalatenango is a part of El Salvador. It's an Indian province where they cultivated these indigo flowers. Now, an indigo flower held properties to activate a lot of people and their little talents, right, or the little gifts that they have. So with this indigo flower, what they did is that the Mayans, they would tattoo themselves with the indigo flower, right? To this day, we have gangs, and these gangs, they're nasty gangs, but let's call a spade a spade. Now, there's a gang in El Salvador, or all over Central America, called 18th Street and MS 13, right? Now, they're tattooed from head to toe, right? Okay, I'm gonna call those modern day Mayan warriors, because what the Mayans did was they tattooed themselves from head to toe, just like those gang members, okay? And I'm not saying it's good to gangbang. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not advocating for no one. I'm just pointing out facts, okay? So don't fucking try to say I'm this and I'm that, okay? So with that being said, is that it's just history repeats itself, right? So basically, those were the first ink warriors out there in that Mayan territory, right? And then you break it down years later, you got the gangs that's coming out. It's kind of the same shit, right? So then now there's these things all over the world. So now that brings me back to the point I'm saying, that they built this mega prison, right? Because it was prophesized that the return of the Mayans was coming out. Everyone gets activated. Everyone's getting activated through the mental illness and through evolution, right? That's the other video I just had. So now with this being said, is that now that everyone's evolving back into what they are, they're godlike particles, right? Because the CERN has a lot to do with that. Oh yeah, let's find the god particles. Well, guess what? You activated everyone in the whole world, because there's, in a book I read, in the scripture I read, it says that we are made in somebody's image. So now if we made in someone's image, and if you're finding particles to that one person, it's going to replicate and it's going to trickle down to whoever's image it is, which we are made in one image, right? And we all share conscious and everything's connected, right? So these fucking idiots are making us evolve, and everyone's going crazy. So riddle me this. So with that being said, there's a lot of things going on in the world that people don't know what's going on. If you're hip to it. If you're not, you're not. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, just keep an open ear, keep an open eye. So back like I was saying. So now there's these things all over the world, right? So now all this is happening. All this is happening, and people don't know. They're asking why. Okay. So now all of a sudden, everyone's properties and gifts are starting to awaken. Now all of a sudden they put a mega prison in El Salvador, which means the savior. Okay, and that's like Maya. That's where the Maya, you know what I'm saying? They got big old fucking forest, fucking jungle, fucking rainforest, pyramids out there from the Yucatan stretch, that's in Mexico, all the way down, that goes down to South Africa. See, what a lot of people don't, I mean, not South Africa, I'm sorry, to South America, from Brazil, Peru, and all that, Bolivia, right? See, what a lot of people don't know is that whole continent is not North America, South America, Central America. It's actually called Las Americas. Okay, and that means the Americas, right? If you read it right, it's called Las Americas, which means the Americas, right? The big old continent is called the Americas, right? Now what they did is the colonizers came through and they wanted to separate everything. They wanted to take everything for themselves, right? And that's exactly what they did. But if you really read a map, it's called Las Americas. It's a big ass thing called the Americas. I know this because I did my research in San Francisco. There was a playground on 20th called Las Americas. So I always did the research on that. So back to the story, right? So now they built a big old mega prison, right? They built a big old mega prison out there. And guess what? If you're a gang member, if you're an illegal alien, they deport you to this fucking mega prison out there in El Salvador, and you can't get out unless you get your tattoos out and you denounce your gang or whatever. I don't give a fuck what they do. It's none of my business, right? But I'm just informing the public what's going on. So is it history repeats itself, that they're trying to take all the minds out and they're putting them in this mega prison that's ran by Bukele, Palestinians? He ain't even a Mayan. He ain't even Central American, and he's running that shit. And he's sending the people that gave him money so he could get hired as that president, and he squandered the money, and then he locked all the people back up. Now look, there go that sun. See what I mean? Yeah. So what do you think it is? Is history repeating itself? Are we evolving? And are we evolving our godlike particles? And they want all us Mayans, Aztecs, Incas, or you know what I'm saying, to not evolve, so they're locking us up in a mega structure, mega prison that they built just for us. I'm American. I was privileged to be born out here. A lot of people don't like me because of that. But hey, man, I can't do nothing about that, man. It's just how life is. What do you think it is? Cause you know what I'm saying? Just like how you know what? I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna leave that one at that one. I got another video coming. It has to do with China. So yeah, man. I just had to take this time. I'm on break in my other gig. I gotta get back to work. So man, I'm food for thought. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's the minds we're trying to tell you all this time? Or do you think I'm just tripping? Let me know. Peace.